more shenanigans.
Oh, man.
Okay. Oh, all the shenanigans.
I would like to rage.
All the shenanigans. It's not part of your
Bard.
class. Bard rage, feet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm just in Pat's office, so we just have like landscapes and family pictures.
I like the color of that wall.
Thanks. Pat painted himself, which you can kind of tell. Oh, you can't tell over the video. There it is. He just kind of painted haphazardly. So I was like, as long as you're living in there, I don't care.
Is there any other way to paint?
Maybe not for Pat.
Okay, so let's see. Last we left off, last time you guys met over a distressed and cowering Sug figure, kobold thing, saved her from a minuscule band of goblins, easily dispatched. Talked and kind of met each other, decided to journey together for a little while. Some of you had already hooked up together and were journeying, and you made your way out of the woods towards the road. Spent the night, first you spent the night in the camp that No Tongue and
Yuji.
I'm going to get Yuji, that's right. Yuji had picked out, and then made your way sort of out of the woods towards the road, making your way, it seemed, towards Aldfield, which is the nearest large-ish town, around 3,000 people. There, the night, after the rain cleared up, after the battle, the moon came out, the stars were out, the clouds rolled away. You had a fair day to travel in, although the road was wet and muddy. It had this kind of earthy freshness to it. And so you made your way. The land is rolling. There's rolling hills kind of as you're traveling on the road. Trees on either side, although the greater part of the forest, is to the north of you. But the road kind of makes its way through the forest. At some point, late in the afternoon, you crest a hill, and laid out before you is a valley, and you can see the forest stretching away to your north, and it just sort of covers all the land as far as you can see to the north. To the south and east it kind of fades away into more rolling grasslands and plains. You can see the current river as it winds its way up through the middle of the forest. There are farms and houses that kind of dot the countryside, in greater or lesser just sort of clusters, and you can see kind of from where you are. And then you see Aldfield. You see the town itself about several miles away, and you estimate that it would take you the rest of the day, and you would reach the city gates or the town gates somewhere late in the afternoon, like as the sun would be setting there. And so it seems to be a small town, certainly the largest town that you've encountered in this part of Westreach, surrounded by what it looks to be a wooden palisade with large wooden logs stuck in the ground with sharpened ends, and several guard towers positioned along the perimeter. A pretty dense cluster of buildings there in the center, and more buildings on the outside of the wall, but not as close together and sort of spreading out as the further they get away from the town. They look to be simple but sturdy buildings from where you are. So at this point, you're 3 or 4 miles away from the town, and it would take you another hour or so, hour and a half or so of walking to reach there. So what do you do?
which way are we approaching Oddfield from?
On the north.
We're coming down. We're coming south, or we're
You
going up.
are coming from kind of the northeast. So let me see if I can pull up the map here.
Yeah.
So Forest Haven. That kind of up that way.
Oh wait, wrong. Let's see. Presenting. All right, give me just a sec.
How tall is No Tongue, Chuck?
Very tall.
Hold on. I did roll for that.
There you go.
Uh, 7 foot 7 inches.
Yeah, baby.
Yes.
I'm a head taller than your head, I think.
All right. So you guys are coming from.
Oh, okay.
Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, how come I can't do the cool little sparkly thing? Here we go. Ooh, make it. Oh. Do the sparkly thing. Oh, it doesn't do the sparkly thing.
Fired.
Oh, well. How come that didn't work? Anyway.
Because of Chuck.
It's got a little highlight thing where it like makes sparkles on the screen. So y'all are coming from this direction.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it?
There you go.
That kind of changes. So, as I mentioned to Deuce, No Tongue would be very apprehensive about approaching a city this big. Very apprehensive.
Can he be bribed with food?
Yeah, that's the thing I was thinking about. Like, I did want to. I had a question for Megan and Stephanie. So, are your characters affiliated with this town in some way? Oh, you're muted. Stephanie, you're muted.
No, we were not, as far as I know, not affiliated with the town. We were heading there
Okay.
to pick up some supplies.
I think. I don't know. We're so new together, and I think yeah.
So, like, would you be tempted if I was like, come on, buddy, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
If there's a problem, we can leave. I'll buy you a pie. Like,
I think you would be the most reassuring person.
because I was gonna ask if
as
like
she's-
we. Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to say, as she's trying to convince him to actually go into town, because I don't know either of them, can I roll an insight check to see if I think that they're like shifty, like they can't go into town because they've been kicked out for stealing stuff or something?
Totally legit. Totally. Yeah. Roll it.
Come on, Steph. Jeez.
What? So trustworthy.
That would be a 19 plus whatever.
Most wanted. FBI's most wanted.
So, how would you guys honestly describe your
Yeah, it's a 23.
intentions to me?
It's a 23.
She's definitely able to kind of read between the lines.
Yep. So,
Like, what sort of impression do you want to put out? Or are you putting out? Like, the honest impression.
I would say a fear. Like, there's a fear of I mean, should I get more specific? Like, what's the cause of my fear?
Yeah, sure.
I think it's because of just being so different. There's a fear of how I'll be taken or what effect it would have, like scaring other people, or there's a fear. It's definitely a fear.
Okay. And what about Yuji?
I'm excited to go to town because I don't know what I'm going to find there.
Okay, so okay.
Does that explain that?
Yeah, no. That's perfect.
Like, not a fear of being like I've done something bad. It's like I just don't fit what people look like.
Apprehension.
Yeah.
Okay.
Social anxiety.
You're not reading Sug?
What's Sug doing?
No tongue can read lips, right?
Yes. In the two languages, or is it three languages?
Which languages do you speak?
Common, giant. I don't know what the language is at.
And friendship.
So, as she's trying to convince him, or afterwards, I'd probably just come up and be like, "Is your friend okay?"
Oh, there.
Yeah, he's just a little nervous.
Anything we can do to help?
I'm just kind of trying to convince him it's going to be okay. So, I mean, if you have anything encouraging to say, maybe.
Well, there's more of us than when we started, right? So, we've got his back if anything happens. Like, we're all going to be in there together.
That's true. So, pie and allies.
Bye and friends.
Yeah, I want to sign in our little way of communicating to Yuji the sign of friends, which I have not really looked up.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
So-
friends.
yeah. So, Deuce, to answer your question, Sug is the most annoying cat on No Tongue's shoulders right now. Because Sug's only like this tall on No Tongue. She's climbing up out of the backpack on the shoulders, like just inspecting every inch of this enormous monstrosity's head. So like peering into the ear, like looking, combing through the beard. Yeah.
Grooming.
Yeah, holding on. Every time like
Looking
he
for
turns his
ticks.
head to look, like she's grabbing onto the head, the fear flailing probably a little bit. But yeah, like a cat.
So, how long have we been traveling now?
That's a good question.
So, so you met each other around, like, let's say, early evening the day before. You've been traveling, a good 7 hours on the road. So right now it is like 6 p.m. I always think in terms of Central Time, so advance that an hour if you need to, but like
There you go.
early evening, sun is starting to set. Like sun is definitely like moving towards the horizon. You got a good hour and a half walk to the gates. So
Okay.
So we continue walking into town.
Yeah, I definitely would be in the back of the pack.
Does No Tongue like fruit pie or meat pie the best?
Probably meat.
That's what I figured.
Meat pie.
That'll work well with dinner.
nice. Okay.
Yeah, I think
All
as
right,
we get closer to
so-
town, I'll duck back into the backpack. Maybe like keep the eyes out just to see what's going on.
Sounds good. All right, so you make your way through the road. You're definitely sort of walking through the what would be like the suburbs of a medieval fantasy town. Farmhouses, which once were sort of somewhat far away from the road and kind of off in the distance, are getting closer to the road, and you're starting to encounter a little bit more foot traffic. Nothing that like actually crosses the road with you at this point. Okay, so you haven't really encountered any other people on the road yet, but you're seeing movement. You're able to kind of see like people working in their fields, and so like movement in and around the buildings and houses, and people kind of doing this. So more signs of life, even as the sun starts to set behind where the town is, because the town is to your west, and so the sun is starting to sink below the town, and the sky is turning this brilliant orange as it does, and you approach the gates of the town, and there are houses that kind of come up to the road. They're pretty far between, like one every 100 yards or so. But there are people that you can kind of see. They're looking out their shutters at this band of people that are walking down the road. One of them is enormous, and his backpack. Are you still kind of outside of the backpack, Sug?
Oh no! As soon as we start seeing people, like at most just like the top.
Yeah, there is some strange pet sort of moving around
Yeah.
on the back. Like, what are the rest of you wearing? Are you wearing cloaks and traveling gear, and your cloak's hoods pulled up, or kind of what is your demeanor as you make your way?
I'm doing my best to saunter confidently.
You're kind of ahead, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It takes a lot of effort for me not to try to go off the road, but I want to keep with the group. So I kind of hesitate, but visually I have it's the scale mail with patches of like leather, kind of covering the armor, not hiding it, but just kind of covering it. And it's not for warmth or anything. It's just, my days hunting, I would kill something and then make use of it. That's all. It's not for warmth.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Does Yuji have an instrument that's kind of visible?
I've got lute.
Lute. Okay.
I did want to point out that my weapon I would have on my back. I would not have it in my hand out of fear of alarming people.
Yeah.
Coming off aggressive, so.
Okay.
Are you making yourself small, like hunching? Like slouching?
So as you draw near to the town, people definitely take notice of you. I mean, no one is being hostile. There are some kind of, you do see like whispers and people openly staring at the spectacle as you walk past. Like one mother just sort of like shoos her children kind of behind her skirt tails and into the house.
I am going to deliberately smile at anybody who's giving us dirty looks.
Okay.
Like pointed teeth.
Roll a persuasion. Make a persuasion check.
Okay. That is 17 plus. I'm rolling good tonight.
Yeah, you are.
I don't
Why
think I
did
have
you say
anything in
that?
perception.
Yeah.
Oh, I have 4. 21.
Oh, nice. Okay. And this is all right. Help me keep characters straight. This is
Kahavai.
Kavai.
Ka.
Okay, Kahavai.
Yeah.
Okay. So Kahavai, as you walk down the road, and you're kind of in the middle of the pack, as y'all walk. There's one mother who has 2 small children, a boy and a girl, maybe like they're twins, and she is just sort of giving you the look, just kind of like the mom look, disapproving, and she's sort of sheltering her kids behind her, and you crack a smile at her, and she sort of, you can see sort of the internal wheels, like she's suddenly aware of her own facial expression and the impression she's giving off, and she realizes, oh, maybe I should. She softens, like her face visibly softens, and her guarding of the children sort of relaxes. It's no longer the mom arm seatbelt preventing the kids from going through the windshield of the car sort of grip, but it's more of a oh, I want to keep the kids away from the Bubblicious rack at the grocery store sort of a grip. So, like, and that happens a couple of different. Your smile wins. You think a couple of battles that might have been going on in people's minds. So made a difference, I think.
Awesome.
Okay, so you do get to within, let's say, 20 or so yards of the gate, and you can see from this point, so the houses are sort of this wood and plaster thatch roof cottages. And like some of the better, more like fancier houses have ceramic tile and that kind of thing, but kind of classic medieval looking houses, well built, sturdy. There's a good sort of patina of moss growing around the foundation, which are mostly kind of river stones stacked up that kind of tell you they've been here for a while. There's a sort of earthen work that kind of comes up and forms a perimeter into which sort of large stakes, like pallets, have been planted. Tree trunks have been planted with pointy ends, and they've been there. Like, again, there's a good growth of moss and lichen that has sprouted up on the outer wall of the town. But this palisade forms the outer perimeter of the town. Let me share this. All right. So here's the view. You guys are coming in from this direction right here. And so there's a gate that has, it's been there a while, but it looks sturdy enough. There's definitely a guardhouse or like little tower sort of thing. And as you approach, you hear a voice coming from inside the southernmost guardhouse there. Holt, going to need you to stop right there, and just going to need you to. Who are you? The gates are closed, and the sun is setting at this point. I think that was good. You kind of hear it. I think that was good. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
So I would just say, hello, friend. We're just travelers.
Yes, clearly. Where are you going, and what is your what business do you have? And like, who is that? Like,
that's our friend.
He's enormous.
That's our friend.
Yours.
We're here for supplies. We're here to pick up some supplies.
Sorry, I thought you said surprise. Because you certainly are.
Probably did.
Certainly are surprised. Okay, so staying staying longish, leaving soon? Tonight, perhaps?
I mean, we will probably stay a night or so. Wouldn't want to go back out in the dark. I mean, I don't want to speak for everyone, but I'm sure there's an inn or tavern or something.
Yeah, well, he kind of perks up. Yes, well, that's very good. Very good. The Soaked Fox is very good, and the Old House is very good, and then, of course, the Warrior. They're shut up, get on to the business, right? You kind of hear
Which one's your favorite?
Well, so the Old House has the best ale and very good accommodations. And, very good, yes, quite. But
How's
the Warrior
the
Rose
pie?
and Elfin, I'd say. Do what?
How's their meat pie?
Pie. Well, I'm not really sure. We don't have a big pie thing, but I suppose you can get one good. So, like fish. You like fish?
Fish is okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, can we go in and just find some place to sleep? We're a little tired.
You kind of remember. It kind of comes back. Well, no, I'm going to need names and I'm going to need names. Good.
I'm Kahavai.
Hmm.
And your name?
Gerald.
Thanks, Gerald. I just want to know who to tell they sent us when we find out where we're staying.
Yeah, it's good. Well, so Solomon is like little chap at the Old House, very good at innkeeping. So tell him I sent you, if we let you in, which is not certain. So names 3.
Hey Chuck, will No Tie be upset if I give a fake name?
No, so I wanted to ask Deuce, are these guys up in the towers? Like, can I?
So like they're in the tower. It's like, so imagine kind of like Monty Python and the Holy Grail and the Frenchmen. You can kind of like see their like top half of their heads peeking over the.
I clearly know that our party is talking to those guys. I have no idea what they are saying, but I would not be. I don't know what's going on. Like, I have absolutely no clue.
I got you, Chuck.
Yeah, you're.
I was gonna say, is there any way I can sign behind my back at you?
No, I got it.
Oh,
You hear from
go
the
for it.
chat when he says like names.
Oh,
You hear.
There's gotta be a roll for that, Jared.
What are you doing?
I'm yelling from the back.
so he's speaking almost for me. That my name is Sue.
Oh,
I heard a question.
Oh, I got you. Okay, so make a deception roll.
Is it a deception though? I'm giving my name.
No, you're trying to convince him that you're trying to convince the guards that
Not
that little
knowingly.
voice came out of.
Oh, there
Yeah.
you go.
That large creature.
It's a deception, but not purposeful
But not,
deception.
yeah. Accidental
Yeah.
deception. Here we go.
Or like I would. Is performance still a thing? I can't remember.
Yeah,
Please don't
there's
make it
performance.
Whichever you want.
I'm just alright. So deception. Here we go.
Come
Just
on,
that he's not making me do it at disadvantage.
big buddy.
Come
No,
on,
no.
come on, D&D Beyond. Be nice. Yes. That was almost a 2.
Oh, nice.
19.
19.
19 total.
Okay. So Gerald is hears this little voice, like, say it again for us. Come out of 7 foot tall. You're kind of blue, aren't you?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
beard,
Like a slate blue.
massive. Yeah, like massive weapons. like, Sug, you have like a hormonal problem.
In the bag, I'm looking.
I'm just watching my friends.
Okay. No, it's fine. Sug, good. Because he totally bought it. Like they rolled. So you rolled that, and then I kind of counter with a roll, and you beat the pants off of him. So
Just what you want in a guard.
Yes.
yep, easily deceived.
Yes.
Kahavai, Sug, and you've got a lute. You play.
Sometimes when
He's
I'm in the
looking at
mood.
Yuji.
Yeah, sometimes when I'm in the mood.
So, traveling performance show, freak show.
Sure.
No offense. Right. And Fergus and Shoban. I can remember.
Yeah.
They give their name. They're sort of like lurking. Fergus is looking nervously around. There we go. All right, so the gates open and you enter.
Nobody asked me my name, by the way. I'm not on the record anywhere.
Yeah, he did. Oh, he did. I thought.
Nope, he didn't. Too late now. We're inside.
Think you need a roll off.
All right.
I had a name picked out and everything.
The loot distracted.
It often
You can
does.
use it. All right. So sun is going down. You are in the town. Cobblestone street is very clean, like cleaner than most towns. It seems like you can kind of see little grates that look like almost like modern day sewer grates. So like there's some place for wastewater to go, and just kind of nice, quaint place. There's traffic, like there's a few people milling about, and sort of the entrance like opens into sort of a nice little. There's a couple of trees, and the road is pretty wide there. So, okay. What do you do?
Is there any activity?
Can I, as we are walking, I just want to look around at whatever signs that are, on the buildings and stuff and see if I see any pictures or runes or anything like that that might look familiar to me.
Okay. Sure. Make a perception check.
Okay.
Anything in particular that you're looking for, or?
No, I just want to see the style of the style of their artwork. Let's just say.
Oh, okay.
And that's I'm not going to see anything. That's an 11.
It's dark stuff.
Make a history check.
Ooh.
Okay.
So what did you roll on your perception?
Not good. I rolled an 11.
Okay.
History is a 19.
Okay, very classic. Like you estimate the town to have been here, like maybe the very, very oldest building that you've seen is 100 years old. And so the rest of it is sort of sprung up around and since then, and the style of building is very human. How far have you, like, your exposure to the outside world is pretty limited,
Yeah.
isn't that?
Yep.
Would you say? Yeah. So,
Yep.
it seems to fit. Like it's pretty much like what you would expect and what you've seen since you've started traveling. Like it's
Okay.
very sturdy, practical. Not much in the way of like artistic architecture. Although the buildings themselves they're not ugly. I mean, they're quaint. They're nice and attractive, but the style you would say would be vanilla,
Okay.
human.
Yeah.
So, how are your like? You're a tiefling, and so you have horns. Like, how are your horn? Like,
So
what are
my
you doing?
horns start here and they go along like to the back of my head, and I have braided my hair around them. So it looks like two big braids. But like if you actually
Okay.
you would know that it's not what they are.
Okay. Yeah. Like people are already still just kind of looking at you. No one is like purposefully avoiding you because they kind of figure perhaps like they let you in the gate. Okay, but yeah.
Is there a lot of activity going on in the town?
There's a good bit. It's a biggish town, so like maybe 3,000 people, I think, is what
Okay.
I wrote. You see a mostly like the vast majority of people you see are humans. You have seen one or two halflings, but yeah, people are moving, going about their business. There seems to be sort of all the expected like classes of people. Some richer, some seem to be poorer. Most of them kind of fall somewhere in the middle. As you kind of walk further into the center of town, perhaps just up this way here, you do come to this central square area, the round, and there is this large, almost park area in the middle that had these low, 2 foot wall, 2 foot high stacked stone walls that again sort of have those appearances of been there for a while, but they're well taken care of and maintained. There's a couple of trees, like there's lots of green in this town, which is kind of speaks to their attitude towards their environment and where they live, and they like this sort of nice vibe that they've got going on. There are a couple of benches in the middle of the round. There is a well that's got at least a 5 foot opening and a 3 foot tall kind of well, like a classic sort of stone well there. You've seen other water sources and pumps, but this is the only just actual well that you've seen so far. There's no rope and bucket, so you don't know if it's functioning or not. No one seems to be drawing water out of it, but so there's a nice little park area. There's lots of traffic sort of going around and in that, and people talking. To the northeast of that area, there is a large stone building that just from the outside it looks to be a temple. Kind of directly on the southern end of that, there's another large building that is made mostly of stone and timber. The roof is sort of a gray slate. There is a round turret tower type thing. It looks much more official. And there's kind of see a sign that says town hall. You pass the old house coming in this way. I mean, you can see the markers on the map. Other businesses, other things that have kind of you passed and see. Like it's a bustling little place, but it's definitely winding down for the day.
Oh, winding down for the day. How do the inns look? Do they look like they're hopping?
Yeah, the old house looks like it's got a good business. Maybe people are going there. Like think of like the inn, the pub, the center of the community, the social network of the day, right? And so there's a good business going in and out of the old house, the Soaked Fox, which is over here. Yeah.
Is there music? Can I roll to see if there's any music coming out of any of the places?
Sure. Yeah.
What would that be?
Sure.
Perception?
Roll. Perception. Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop. What's that? That says 19!
Okay. So, passing the old house, you do hear music. Someone strumming a harp or something like that. You haven't really kind of made your way over to the Soaked Fox, but you don't hear anything. Although there's a warm light coming out of the windows. The old house is a stone walled building with a tiled mosaic floor. We haven't been in yet, but then the Soaked Fox there's a kind of half timber with a slate roof. Yeah, both look very welcoming and inviting.
Does
All right,
one look
guys.
more expensive than
Oh.
the other?
The old house looks to be slightly more classy.
All right, guys, let me go see if I can work some magic. BRB. I would like to go into the Soaked Fox and see if I can convince them to give me some perks for playing for them.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So you walk in, and the whole interior, like the bottom floor, is just one large common room. There's a big central fire pit there that's blazing, and lots of tables, and there's some booths for like more private conversations and that sort of thing. There are a few people in there. Like it doesn't look to have had as much traffic as the old house. Like there was music coming from there. You can definitely see there's no music going on in here, although there is in the corner, there is a little raised up platform area where one could stand and perform if one wants to. There's a bar and a kitchen area, and there's a couple of people working back there. There's one kind of middle-aged woman in an apron who looks just kind of has that sort of hair pulled back, one curl, just kind of has a slightly more haggard expression, and she's definitely in charge, kind of barking orders at as they pass by. So.
All right, I'm going to go talk to her, see if I can work some magic. All right, so I go up and I'm like, hello, my name is Stefan, luthier extraordinaire, and I would love to play for you to increase your customer base.
You would you? She kind of looks at you with sort of this skeptical expression. She has these sort of half moon glasses, and she looks down. She just looks tired.
So I
You
pull
like
my
to
loot.
increase my customer base
I pull my loot off the
with
bag
your loot.
and I strum it, and I go, I know all of the latest songs, plus songs people have never heard before. I will get people in here. All I ask is a place to sleep in your stable tonight.
Oi!
Boing.
Not there. There, that one, that table. Right, good, thank you. Sorry.
Who do you sound like? You sound like Simon Pegg.
All right, loot. Right. Okay, let's hear it.
All right, so I'm gonna play a song that I have made up about a famous local event. I don't know. So it's my own worship song. It's my own song that about a
Let's hear
town
it,
event.
Jill.
If no
Let's
tongue
hear
has
it.
to sign,
Good, wonderful. Let's hear it.
I have to do it. Let's see. What could
You
be a
have to
counter?
roll you have to roll a performance first, and then.
All right, and then we'll see how bad it is.
Yeah.
It's a 14.
Okay.
There once were some people that went. They went to the place where they needed to be, and there they found trouble aplenty. And now they're all dead. Tee da 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 da.
Cool. Violence. I like violence. Good. All right. Okay, room and board, and yeah, if you fill up the joint, maybe there'll be a little something extra in it for you. Okay.
Thanks, we. All right.
Oh, no, not that. And she just sort of like scuttles off somewhere.
All right, so I go out and I get everybody to come in. And then I go set up for my big performance.
Y'all shuffle in, and like she looks at you. What did you say your name was?
Stefan.
Stefan. Like, this was never part of the deal, but she's too busy to worry about it, and like she just sort of like looks at you, gives you a look like, don't scare off my customers. And
Don't
just kind of
worry.
like, all right, what are the rest of you guys doing?
Are there windows that I could stay outside and look
Oh,
in?
Oh, like a sad puppy.
No, during the
Yeah.
performance stuff, because I definitely would have probably wanted to watch what Yuji is doing, just for safety.
So there's like a huge sort of plate glass type window, pretty close to the table. There was a couple sitting there, and after you started standing there, they just got really uncomfortable, and you just sort of see the man just go.
All right.
Like they see you run off one set of.
What are the reactions of the people as we walk in?
Oh man, I mean they definitely. It's sort of like there was a sort of that din and hum of a room with multiple conversations and people are eating and that clink clank of things, and it just sort of like kills it.
Cringe.
That silence. But you walk in with them, no tongue, or do you just sort of stay outside?
I would go in with the group. I would definitely be the last person
Okay.
in, but based on the reaction is what I would do next.
Okay. So like you guys, the other are gonna walk in and like they're odd enough, but travelers, that happens. But then No Tongue kind of like ducks in through the door and straightens up and looks around the room, and the room just sort of falls dead silent. And No Tongue,
Are we near an
No
open
Tongue just sort of
table?
like, yeah.
Are we near any open
There's
tables?
a large kind of. Oh yeah, there's several large tables just sort of really close to the stage area, that you can occupy.
So I would turn
There's
to
also
the
several
people I'm with
booths.
and say, "Let's go sit down." Because aren't you setting up already, Jill?
Oh yeah.
Okay, and I know that No Tongue is uncomfortable with people. I guess we'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
And I would look for a table that's far away enough from everybody, like a private-ish table that we
Okay.
could go sit
Yeah,
at.
you managed to find one in the corner, and you feel like the shadows being cast from the fire pit that's in the center make it, private enough. And there's also one of those kind of foldy screen things that you can kind of like
Ooh, nice.
move to sort of shield. Like it might even be that No Tongue feels comfortable enough to come in if you can convince him. I don't know.
I would definitely physically try to slouch as low as I could in the whatever seat,
Yeah.
or even on a bench. I don't
So
know.
it's like you're sitting in one of those toddler-sized chairs in the Sunday school classrooms or something, And you're also trying to slouch, so like your knees are way up here. And what have you done with Sug in your backpack?
I totally forgot about
Yeah.
Sue.
She came out as soon as we see the
Kind of
table. Like,
sitting down next to the table.
Yeah, no, Sue probably like crawled up and over, and like if we're in the corner, then I'll be like either sitting next to or like in his lap or like a kitty cat.
Yeah, I would
But-
set the backpack on the table,
There you go.
not even thinking about like Sue trying to hide away, right? So I set it down on the table.
I mean,
Whoop.
scampers out. Yeah,
Yeah.
scampers out and like down like in the lap, like so behind the table.
All right. Make a stealth check, Sue.
Yes, I am. All right, here we go. Come on, double digits. Oh, 19 for a 22.
Wow.
Oh, nice. It's
Wow.
like
Like a cat.
like a cat. Cool. Okay. All right. Anything else?
Try
I'm
to get
just
some
like,
dinner,
oh.
I guess.
Oh yeah. So you order. Let's see. Serving. Little like a little dude. Like looks maybe 13. Kind of scampers up to the table and kind of offers you, welcome strangers, and kind of looks around. Strangers. Would you like a meal and drinks all around? Yeah.
Yes, please. Whatever's your favorite, I think. I think you look like you have good taste.
Oh.
Nice.
You don't even have to make a persuasion. Thanks. Okay. Be right back.
Thank you.
Okay. He kind of goes away from him and comes back with like big plate of like meat, potatoes, cheese, beer, that sort of thing. He looks at No Tongue and sort of like hands it over and sort of like slides it over there. Okay. There you go. Anything else?
No, I think we're good. Thank you.
Okay, you gonna play music? Are you
Yep.
over there with him?
Are you
Oh,
over here at this point? Or
cool.
are you?
Oh, I figured I was getting ready to play, or I was already playing.
Okay. Tell your friend playing music. All right, that's cool. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Scampers off. All right, make a performance check.
Doing it.
Oh no.
There we go, friends. 7. Well, I got a little nervous.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like tuning up, like bing, 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 bing.
Can I
Not
break
quite,
a string?
Not quite there. Yep.
So it's slightly out of tune. I break the string, and my voice sounds like it's hitting puberty.
Hey, that was like me 2 weeks ago, Sunday.
So welcome everybody. We're so glad you're here. Sit down and grab yourself an ice cold beer.
Do we get
Yeah.
a sense from the crowd at
Like,
how well
the-
Yuji?
Like, oh yeah, I mean, it's sort of just like people are just sort of like slouching, like, make it stop. The bar lady, her name is Eva, just like you just sort of like she just starts polishing this one area of the bar really hard, just sort of like glaring at you, like this better get better. Make another performance check.
All right. That's just the warm up. All right, so yeah, 15. I'm getting a little better.
There you go. There you go.
Okay. There we go. That's not bad. That's pretty good. All right. People like you kind of finish that one, go into your next number, and people sort of start to now their heads are a little high, kind of turn sort of halfway in their chairs. Make one more performance check.
Come on, big money.
You guys you guys make a charisma check, everybody, while she's doing that.
Ooh. All right.
Oh no.
What did you get?
18.
Oh, okay, yeah, awesome.
I'm just improving.
Oh, how can it get cocked in D&D Beyond? Come on. There you go. There.
What did everybody else get?
I had 11.
17.
Oh, okay. Sue, I don't know what Sue can do. So like, Yuji, like, he's you know, Bye Bye Miss American Pie, like rocking it out there, and
Sweet.
I don't know why that's
Was
the first thing.
that?
Yeah, the music is not dying. The music. This is the day the music came to life, and so people are now they're totally turned in their chair. Their attention, their conversations have stopped. They're kind of you've got them in their attention. And you guys were trying to like build up the energy, kind of doing the hey, we're it just kind of wasn't. But she didn't. But he didn't need it. So. Yeah.
Coming under the table.
Okay, and so now Eva, the bar lady, is like, okay, she's relaxed. She's liking what's going on. You feel like you fit the groove. You can kind of keep this up for a couple hours. So while Yuji's playing, are you guys wanting to do anything besides eat? Any conversations you guys want to have, or what's the general plan for the evening?
I think I might ask No Tongue to show me a couple of signs
Okay.
while we're sitting at the table. Because it would be
All right,
nice
so
to be
y'all
able to
spend
communicate.
Yeah. Y'all spend the time kind of working out a few of those sort of details and kind of building a base language. And so, okay, good, cool. All right. So the evening wears on. Yuji's performance is so welcome and so good. And like people come in and the sound of the music is drawing people off the streets as the night wears on, and the common room is filling up. And so you guys do notice like a couple of kind of off-duty, look like guards, kind of dressed in sort of this green livery. Obviously, they have armor on. They lay their weapons by the door, kind of where. By the way, you put your weapons by the door just in the same spot. So that's a group that's drinking. There's a couple of kind of off in a booth pretty close to you. There's a couple of look like woodsman types dressed in like sturdy work clothes that have come in. Yeah.
If I listen really closely, can I overhear any interesting conversations?
The guards are close enough. You might be able to listen in on them.
Okay, let's try
So
and do that.
make a perception.
Are you like moving closer to them or doing anything like obvious where Sue can see that you're making an attempt to do something?
I guess I might be leaning that way, but I'm not like purposefully walking closer to them or anything.
Can I roll a perception check to see if I can notice that she's doing something? So if I would cast guidance.
Yeah, make a perception check.
Nope, that's a 9. Sorry, no guidance.
Well, I doubt we're gonna learn anything because I rolled a 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Like you do pick up the name Harl Chief, like 2 words, Harl and Chief. So, but yeah. Other than that,
Can I see,
harm.
like at our table? Can I see that we're trying to listen to those guards? Like, is there physical effort by anyone that would indicate to me that we're trying to listen to that group?
I mean, Kahavai did sort of like. If you want to perceive it, I guess you can.
Yeah, try to read their lips.
Yeah. Oh, you can try to read their lips for sure. Make a perception check. So it's disadvantage for you, right?
If I'm trying to hear it with anything audio, I can't. Visually, I get advantage. So
Okay.
it's entirely up to you, like what does and what doesn't. Perception.
Go ahead. Give yourself advantage. Yeah, sure. I'm a generous DM.
You are
Today,
Kind of benevolent.
20, unnatural
Yep.
20,
Nice.
You rolled a natural 20?
unnatural. It's a 19 plus 1.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. Okay. 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 Yeah. You can. So it seems to you that they're saying, "Well, I hope the chief comes back. O'Harl might have his hands full with this one." They say it's a manticore. Ooh, what's that? Oh, sounds nasty. Like that sort of thing.
Is that what No Tongue does to his face?
I don't know how I'm going to communicate it to the group. Is what this face is all about. Like, oh, great. Wow.
That's your fault.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Juju will be back at some point.
You're coming over for like, your 5-minute break, right?
Yeah. Meat and potatoes.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
Smoke break.
no
What can
tongue.
we tell?
What sign did you teach me while we were talking?
Yeah, so it's funny because I was sitting here and I'm trying to pick out words that I thought, oh, this would be probably a really good. So I probably put nice and
Mhm.
bad.
And Manticore.
And Manticore, right?
Yeah, oddly enough. I think fight, threat, hurt.
I think you guys should have to roll for how many.
Ooh, that's a
words.
nice
Yeah.
idea.
It's the 6. Those are, yeah, that's fine. What do you want us to roll?
Roll a
I mean,
d4.
I'm just
Oh,
there you go.
Oh, roll a d6. Roll a d6.
I'm just making troubles,
Making
Or
things
are you
interesting.
playing the game?
hey, I rolled a 6, and those are 6 words. So there you go.
Nice.
It's in D&D Beyond. It's verified.
It's canon now.
Yep.
So wait, I got nice, bad, fight, and threat. What were the other two?
Nice, bad, fight, danger, threat, and hurt.
Okay, cool.
Oh man. So I kind of try to grab. I don't. How would I? I kind of tap Kavai,
Okay. And look,
and I sign to you. I kind of try to point to the 2 guards, and then I sign to you. Danger.
I sign back. No, they're nice.
Yeah, okay. And I'm like, I kind of like, no. And and then I sign threat.
I sign back. No, they're nice.
Oh my. I don't think, I don't have paper, pen. I have no way
Can you write? Can you read and write? Yeah, you're not a barbarian.
I've got a little 2-foot stick or 2.5-foot stick that you could use to write something with. You got ale.
Does anybody in our group have a dagger? Like, does Megan's character have a dagger?
I'm pretty
It
sure
would be at
I
the
have
door.
a dagger.
It would be at the door.
Don't get us kicked out, Chuck.
Yeah.
Can I roll a perception to see if I notice him trying to sign frantically and looking frustrated?
Yeah, sure.
All right, that would be perception. Boom.
Yeah,
Oh,
yep.
big money. Oh, that was a critical fail.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
I am really into my music, guys.
Even as
Sorry.
you're kind of you're distracted for a minute by what's going on over there. That like your song just sort of like all of a sudden you hit the wrong chord. You're a fret too high,
Ah!
and you're like American Pie, and sort of you gather, you kind of refocus and make it through.
Do you look frustrated right now, Chuck?
I think when you sign back, when I say threat and then your response was, I would assume something very similar. Like, no, nice. I kind of shake my head and I do the sign for nice, right? Like, I get what you're saying. I sign to, like, yes, nice. But then I sign without pointing at them, danger.
Okay.
Maybe
Okay.
I
Now
try
I understand
with my
that,
hands.
like there's something else that you're not saying like they're a threat. And
Yeah, like
I understand that now. I love that.
We're still a little closer to Manticore.
yeah. That's all I can think of.
Can I? Like, I know there's something, but I don't know what it is at this point. But I know that he thinks that like they have a danger or they're in danger or something. Can I walk by their table kind of unnoticed and see if I can catch a drift of anything that they're saying that way? Like, not unnoticed,
Sure.
but like
Yeah.
not obvious.
Nonchalant.
Okay,
There, that's the word I'm looking
so
for.
make a deception check just to sort of like hide
I'm gonna
your
tap you.
intentions.
I'm going to
Okay.
tap you
What
as
are you
you
doing,
leave
Sug?
and give you guidance.
Deception. I have a -1.
I'm going to tap you as you go and give you guidance.
That would be a
So what is
6.
guidance? Does that give you advantage?
A D4.
Okay, hold on.
So,
You have a minute to add a D4 to a roll. Ability check. Your choice. What you want to use it on. You have a minute.
Let me see. So yeah, I got a 9.
so your total with everything is 9.
Yes.
So like you actually tied them. So they rolled a 9 too. So you feel like you're pretty, like you still do the. So in these sorts of circumstances, you're still going to do that action, and you're still walking past the table. If you fail, like they'll notice. But in this case, like you tied their roll, you tied the DC, so you actually succeeded. So you actually managed to sort of not smoothly, but you just sort of like, because you can manage to walk nonchalantly. Like that's not a. So
That was the
now
moment.
roll a perception.
That
Okay.
was the moment Yuji broke a string and they were totally
What is she doing?
Yeah.
21.
Oh, okay. So they're still talking about a Manticore and Harl, the chief, kind of being in over his head, and somewhere this monster problem out in the woods.
Okay. I'm going to
You do pick up. Let's just say you do hear the words. Maybe probably going to put a bounty. Hopefully, someone will pick up the job.
I'm going to come back to the table and kind of try to get Yuji's attention, see if he wants to take a break for like 5 minutes. I don't know how, like,
Should I roll
if
for
I
it?
can.
Like you see Kavai just sort of like, I don't know, what are you doing? Do what you're gonna do.
I'm just gonna come like, go like that.
All right,
then-
I'll finish my song, and I'll come over. I'll be like, that 5-minute break. I'll see you again in 5 minutes from the great Stefan and Luthier Extraordinaire.
So
Bravo! They kind of like, so they toss. You kind of like you put your loot case out. You got like 20 silver in your loot case.
Yeah, baby.
Some
Nice.
tips.
I'm putting that in my equipment.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'm like, what's up?
how do you guys feel
A little
about
hungry.
helping with the little monster problem that they might have around here? It might
What
actually
kind?
pay us.
Huh? What kind of monster problem?
I overheard the guards talking about a manticore.
So can I
And-
roll?
Yes, I signed back.
So do we have common knowledge of what manticores are? Or do I need to dig in my brain for information about manticores?
You need to dig a little bit. So let's see, nature or intelligence.
Let's see.
Either
They're the
nature or
same.
straight up intelligence.
All right. Nature.
I'll let this one. So I have to roll a 10 in nature. Oh,
I got 17 in nature.
Okay.
I just want to try this.
Um.
Oh, there you go. Then you would get advantage. Cool.
We're both like,
Yeah, like nasty feline monster with wings and a spiky tail. Bad stuff. Like not good.
So I look at No Tongue and I go, you think you can take him? That doesn't fill me with confidence. Oh, okay.
Sue's just copying everything No Tongue's doing.
All right. Well, if No Tongue's down for it, then I'm down for it. But you got to get his say so.
I kind of like point at everybody at our table and just like yeah, we can do this.
All right,
I think
set it up.
the 6 of us against 1. I think we got pretty good odds. There's 6 of us, right?
There are 6 of
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are pretty even odds.
Does someone want to come help me volunteer our services? Since I have a -1 in charisma. Or not.
Well, if we can do this quick, I mean, I only got about 4 minutes left. Are they guy guards or girl guards?
Let's see. There's 3 of them, 2 guys and 1 girl.
All right. All right, so you're gonna come with me,
Yeah.
Kyle?
Yeah.
All right. So we'll sidle up to the table and I'll be like, "Hey, you guys enjoying the show?" Mostly looking at the girl.
Oh. All right. Make a charisma check.
I am
Persuasion.
Very
Do persuasion.
do persuasion. All right, I am very charismatic. Please. Oh gosh. Well, my +6 gives me 10.
Double digits.
Oh, nice. Make it. Do it with advantage because you're playing. You're a musician.
I am a musician. All right. Give me some of that sweet, sweet charisma. There we go. 16. It's a little better.
All right. Yeah. Oh. Hi.
Hi.
The other guys are just sort of like as her interest peaks, their interest decreases, and they sort of like side eye you. Like, oh, competition.
My friend here just happened to overhear that you guys might have a monster problem.
So one of them kind of looks at you, and goes, listening to what we're saying, huh?
Sorry, it was just in
Uniform
passing.
means something.
It's kind of hard not to hear the word manticore. It's kind of difficult.
All right, give you that. That's good, fair. So yeah, what about it?
We were just
And
Well-
she's just kind of like,
Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but you see that big guy in the corner? That big guy's with us, and he can take on just about anything. So we're a little light on cash, but I was wondering maybe if we could make a deal that we go take care of this problem and you could take care of us a little bit. What do you say?
oh yeah, and the girl guard's like, oh yeah, I mean, we can't. We're just guard. I mean, we'd love to. I mean, yeah, we'd love to. And and so the other guys are like, yeah, well, look, it's not up to us. We're just grunts. So you got to talk to the boss. He'll be back hopefully tomorrow. And yeah, so. But yeah, I'm sure. Like if he can't handle it, then I'm sure it'll go to the bounty and check in at City Hall. That's all we can say, right? You know what a manticore is,
Okay.
right? I mean, nasty, with
Yeah.
sharp pointy, and a tail with like, yeah. Okay.
as they say that,
The-
I kind of hide my tail more behind my leg.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, you lot look like you've been around, so and especially he's with you. What
Yeah,
Nicest guy you'll ever meet.
you kind of? So
but you
no
don't
time
want to
you
be
kind
on
of
the
see
field
him.
of battle.
Like, you think that's something that's likely to happen?
I missed that.
I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
like
I did too.
genuinely. Sorry. He kind of looks at you. You say that about meeting him on the field of battle, and one of the guards kind of looks at you like, so you think that's something that's likely to happen?
Only to a manticore?
No, I mean me meeting him on the field of battle. You think? Never mind.
All right. Do I see you asking that question to them, where I could read
Yeah,
your
oh, yeah.
lips?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm like,
I mean,
Leave me out of this.
they're just kind of like, jeez.
yeah.
So before I leave the table, I want to ask the girl guard, I'll be like, what's your name?
Imelda.
This next song's going to be for you. And then we walk away.
Oh, no. Yes.
So I definitely dedicate my next song to
Performance.
Zelda. So.
Come on, performance check.
Oh,
All right, here we go.
Come on, performance check.
Yes! Dirty 20!
Yeah. I mean, she literally swoons, and the guy guards are just pissed. Like, they hate your guts.
That was the best.
Cool.
All right.
Nice.
Well,
Okay.
that's
Found us a bounty.
All right. What are we up to?
I'm pointing at No Tongue.
You're saying,
Just that
wait,
one.
are you saying nice?
I think, right?
Yeah,
Nice.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I picked up one.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Nice.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, so the common room starts to empty out. The business starts to die down. You have rooms for the night. Thanks to the wonderful performance
Stefan.
of Yuji slash Stefan. Here you go. Y'all hunker down in your rooms.
Yep, that is what I am doing.
Me too.
All right. Okay. So you sleep. You fall asleep in your beds, your cozy rooms. You sleep soundly, not worrying about setting a watch or being in the wilderness. For some of you, it's been the first time in a long time. Maybe for No Tongue, it's the first time ever. Sleeping in an inn. The bed is very small. And
I just sent you a message, Deuce.
okay, in the middle of the night, you wake up. At what point do you do this, No Tongue?
I think it would be. I mean, maybe 1 to 2 hours in. Just trying to fall asleep.
All right.
Are we sharing rooms or do we each have our own room?
You each have your own room.
Wow, that's pretty generous.
Yeah.
I think Sue would have gone to No Tongue's room first, because he's a tribal thing, and see if Sue could sleep with you. If
That's
you,
fine. I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Yeah, because Sue would have like curled up like a cat.
In which case, I'd probably pick him up.
And carried him outside.
Yeah.
All right.
Are there guards walking about outside?
So yeah, and so here's what happens. You guys are all asleep. But No Tongue makes his way, unbeknownst to you, out into the common circle area and kind of picks one of the benches and sort of nestles himself between one of the benches and the wall that's closest to the inn that you're staying at. No Tongue, in the middle of the night, you're awakened by the sound of movement. Like you kind of accustomed yourself and kind of slept through most of the movement. Kind of assumed it was either just traffic or guards. You've managed to kind of conceal yourself a little bit there. But in the middle of the night, you awaken to sound of not just movement, but the actual clanging of weapons against weapons. And you wake up to see several shady shapes that have made their way past you, and actually the light of a couple of different fires that are now burning in the town close to where you are.
Oh no, what have I done? Oh, no. No.
I'll take you back, Chuck. Oh, too late.
The rest of you are in the inn, and so you can't see what No Tongue and Sug can see. But closest to you are several creatures, right here, and right here. And they look like an amalgamation of all kinds of rotten material.
Yum.
Like that it just sort of, it's almost like the forest floor has gathered up everything that is dead and rotting and formed a large body out of it that is now animated. And so, like, one of them has the half decayed head and torso of a stag, and like the antlers are broken, and the skin is falling off of it, and you can kind of see like exposed bone and empty eye sockets and ribs, and the arms are these twisted branches that seem to be lashed to the rest of it with vines, and there are just masses of moss and old stumps of trees, just all sort of come together in a vaguely humanoid kind of shape. And these things are moving, sort of shambling through town, off to your Notung and Sug, off to your trying to position myself, off to your right and to the south of you a little bit. You can see a couple of guards engaged with several more of these creatures, although it's very dark. But there are several fires that have been lit, and you can see a shorter creature kind of making its way, setting these fires, sort of trying to distract and cause confusion. So at this point, I'm going to need everybody to roll initiative. And then I don't know what time you guys have to go, but we are going to be in combat.
Well, I was thinking, like, what would be a good point for Megan and Jason to jump back in?
Yeah, this might be it.
This might be
Okay.
it.
In fact, I'm going to go ahead and roll initiative for you using the handy little deal.
I rolled a 22.
Oh, you have the thing on there to roll for everybody?
Yeah, it rolls for everybody. So
Nice.
So fancy.
just a little bit quicker.
Yeah,
Okay.
like it.
So Shoban is the first, so we'll start next week with that bit of combat.
Sounds good.
Okay.
That was
Awesome, you guys.
Oh man.
Good. So y'all enjoy that? Having fun? Like things are cool.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So good.
Good.
What'd you do, Chuck?
I don't know. I didn't even
you.
think. I didn't expect this.
So we
I
still don't know what
trusted you.
you've done, Chuck?
No, you and everybody
you
else
don't
is
know where-
sleeping. Unless
Y'all
you.
are sound asleep.
No tongue, not again.
Classic no tongue.
This is what happens when you go to town. I should have remembered.
I was
Never
like,
again.
because it would have been my first time in kind of like a civil, there's no way I'd be
Makes
comfortable
sense.
inside the room.
Makes total sense.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, this is a lot of
Now
fun,
you're
guys.
screwed.
Yeah.
I like this. I can't wait to not fight next time. I've got 3 lists. I've got lists for inspiration, for bad jokes, and for insults. So I'm all ready.
Nice.
Yes.
Just to tell you, like the first combat with the goblins, that didn't even count.
Nope.
Oh, I bet.
Like, don't feel like you have to kill everything on the battlefield.
Well, I can't even kill anything,
That's all I'll
probably,
say.
so.
Okay, good.
I'll talk their ear off.
All right. Let's see how this goes. This will be great.
Alrighty.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So,
See you guys next week.
Yep. Night, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.